Ladies and gentlemen, Elliot and I are going to be doing a live review of this car that I've literally once, now twice, touched. So I'm very new to this. This is very spectacular. It's big.
It's very big.
Yeah.
What do you think of the design of the BYD Sharp 6?
Let me give you my very, very cultured opinion. It says BYD at the front in big letters.
Yes.
It's chunky.
Yes.
It's butch.
Yes.
That's to use a 1970s term. I don't hate it.
No, and
it's not quite as threatening as some of the really massive American SUVs where the bonnet's up to top.
Yeah. This for me reminds me of the Ford F-150.
Yes.
The Lightning, which is just over there, and at the Ford stand down there.
But this is smaller than the F-150, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
If you're going to go into a new market, then you might as well copy one of the market leaders, right?
Yes. Oh, in terms of design styling, it's very familiar.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I think that's a kind way of saying it.
So, before we get fully stuck in,
Yeah.
just say a big thank you to our sponsors for the stage.
Absolutely.
Amber
Energy have been very kind to sponsor this special stage, and it's worth seeing them. They are very near.
Here.
Thank you. There. Thank you. And they're very good at telling you about how to charge your car at home and how you can utilise the energy that you produce on your roof and in your house to the best of your advantage. It's worth having a chat with them.
Definitely. So this is actually a hybrid.
I know.
This is unusual for us, isn't it?
Don't tell anyone. We stopped doing hybrids years ago, and now we're doing a hybrid. We did get it when we put this the review on YouTube. It did get got a bit of criticism.
I'm looking forward to doing some V8 reviews soon.
I think so. Yeah, supercharged V8s.
Oh, sounds good to me. Yeah, so this actually has a 1.5 litre turbocharged engine.
Yeah.
It has a 170 kilowatt motor in the front and a 150 kilowatt motor in the back. Which feels like quite a lot.
Yeah.
So there are some criticisms of this car, which we'll start with.
All right.
I read this online. I haven't driven this.
All right. Okay. Not mine. No.
It doesn't have a low range, so when you're going on the really bumpy stuff,
you can't put it into low range.
No.
Oh,
it's a bit strange.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you don't need to. Maybe the motor's got enough torque. I'm saying I don't know.
I'm not a big off-roader, are you?
No. I have been off-road.
Me too, once.
But I generally apologised afterwards because I've made a right mess.
It's also got no diff lock.
Right.
Which I think is apparently quite important.
No, I mean, I do know about that because I had a Land Rover with diff locks and it definitely saved me on a couple of occasions when things got a bit hairy. So yeah, but I mean that is for fairly extreme off-road use.
Yes.
You don't need a diff lock if you're reversing a trailer on some gravel.
In Sydney.
In a suburban house.
No.
Definitely not, no.
So this car has been remarkably popular so far. They've sold about, in the first 24 hours, it sold 2,000 units within 24 hours. So this is really taking a chunk out of the Toyota pickup truck market.
Toyota, and the two, I wrote it down, the Ford Ranger and the Toyota Hilux are the two nearest rivals, and it's outselling both of them, which is impressive considering this. I mean, is this the first pickup truck that BYD have made?
Yes, they don't actually sell it in China. We can't test it in China, we can't drive it in China. Export only.
Right, because normally for our show, Elliot's driven all the cars that are here before they leave China, but this one, that's different.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Should we go to the back?
Yes.
That's what the special thing about this car is. You can join us around the back if you'd like.
So I don't know about the size of beds.
I do.
Yeah, I'm good.
1,200 litres.
Right, well, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, is that bigger or that'll be smaller than the F-150? I'm guessing. I'm looking for a lever. And
See where you can find it. Keep going. No, that's camera. Right.
No.
Up. Warm, hot.
Oh, there's something there. That way.
Yes. Go. It's on the top.
So obvious.
And it says ×2.
You have to have.
Oh, I might have to unlock the car.
Oh, so it's all hot.
Sorry. And I can actually open it from the key.
Okay. Oh, that's good. I like that. Oh, that is
there
good.
You go.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that actually.
Yeah. Now Ricky was telling me this is called like Rhino Liner.
Right.
It's very
tough,
and actually good for a pickup truck.
Yeah.
And do you notice anything over here?
A power outlet.
Not just one.
Oh.
Not two.
Three. Wow. Nice. Wow, that is good.
The car actually has another one on the inside, so it's got 4 power outlets.
Wow.
Which is pretty impressive.
So, I mean, obviously you wanted to.
So the car has a almost 30 kilowatt hour battery, which gives, I think, 100 kilometers of NEDC range, so a bit of a fantasy, about 60 or 70 kilometers of real world range. And the electric motor is used to charge the batteries, which powers the electric motors.
Sorry, the petrol engine is used.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said the electric motor is used to charge the electric motors.
It's middle of day 3, I'm a little bit tired. And it's also got the blade battery, so it's the really high-tech one, which passes the nail penetration test.
Very hard to set fire to these batteries.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also because I think it's a very good example of that. There's two things that could potentially be flammable in this car. One is the battery, not flammable. No. Two is the petrol tank, very flammable.
Correct.
Just, I always want to remind people that we are all used to driving around with highly explosive, toxic liquid fuel in our cars, and that's normal.
Yes.
So that's just a thing we should remind ourselves of.
In terms of practicality, it also has a really good towing capacity.
2.5 tons. I've had braked towing explained to me. A braked towing. Or is it
what is braked towing?
Basically, the trailer has brakes on it.
Oh, okay.
So if you slow down, the brakes automatically come on the trailer as well as the vehicle. Which everyone in Australia, do you all know about brake towing? Yeah, of course, you all do. Well, I don't know about that. I've never towed.
Clueless Brits.
Well, I'm just a clueless Brit. No, one of the things I heard about it is it's got child sensors, front and rear, which I think is really important. So it's got little sensors that I just saw it.
Oh, detects children who are walking in front.
So you would be driving, well, wouldn't be able to see her because she was near the car. She'd be invisible. So it's very nice that it will go beep, 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 if there's a child there and at the back.
Oh, that's good.
There's quite a lot of, in America in particular, quite a lot of parents kill their children in their drive.
Driver fatigue monitoring.
Oh, yes.
It's this little camera thing here.
Yeah.
So it also beeps a lot when you're filming a piece to camera.
Yes.
It's like, make sure you're looking at the road, not the camera. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to record this to camera.
Well, I discovered it in the Xpeng, which I loved, everything about it, brilliant car. When you yawn, it goes beep, beep, beep. But when you laugh, if you laugh, I'm not yawning.
Stop being so funny.
Yeah, my wife made me laugh.
So in here, this is kind of very luxury, isn't it?
It is, and there are, I'm going to say, design cues that I'm familiar with from BYD's other vehicles.
Yes.
So the Atto 3 I'm driving a lot at the moment. And that has this sort of curved thing with switches and stuff on it. It's quite chunky.
It's quite a jetty. Yeah, very jetty.
Yeah.
I guess it's for tradies who have gloves on.
Got your gloves on, you need a big button, you need a big gear shift, all that stuff.
Of course, it's got the big screen which does the spinny round thing.
Spinny round thing.
Yeah.
I kind of like the spinny round thing. It's kind of unnecessary. But
Very
also
unnecessary.
I like it.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Now this has always been BYD's kind of weak areas, the technology, the screens, but now they're focusing much more in that area, and I think from this car you can definitely tell that this is very, very good.
And also, I mean, I can't tell because we're not outside, but the one thing I do struggle with on the Atto 3 is the brightness of the screen. It gets overwhelmed by Australian sun occasionally. Okay. Whereas this looks like a better screen.
Yes.
I've got to say that.
Activate.
You've got to activate before you can use it. Okay, well, sorry, I didn't mean to. It's not activated.
So I think the other thing to talk about is the price of this.
Yes.
What is the price, Robert?
Well, I've got here in Australian dollars 57,900.
I've got that on my notes as well.
Oh, there we go. So we're both right. So, and what I need to know is what a Ford Ranger or a Toyota Hilux would cost.
Yes,
I think it's similar.
I think it's similar.
I don't think it's like massively cheap, but it's definitely not more expensive.
No, definitely not. Would you buy one of these?
I mean, if I lived in Australia, in a rural area, and I did some kind of agricultural work, I might. But I also might wait for a pure electric one.
Yes, I would as well.
Electric pickup.
Yes.
Which I think will eventually emerge somewhere. And it's got 5-star ANCAP. I don't know how we say NCAP. ANCAP safety rating, which is pretty good.
Yes.
It's pretty amazing. Do we jump in the back? Okay, yes, let's go. Actually, because I've been in the back of pickups, this is comfy. Oh yeah, this is much better than I would have expected.
It's quite luxe, isn't it?
This is luxe. Yeah. I mean, I'm impressed with it because it's making the first step. So as an intermediary transition to full electric, it's better than not doing it.
Yes.
And it will use less petrol than a similar sized pickup truck.
Yeah.
So I think it's a step in the right direction, but it's only a stepette.
Correct. And
think it's just a bunch of wires and an engine.
It's got an engine. How can it have a front? It's got an engine. I forgot. It's got a crude, old-fashioned machine that burns fossil fuel.
God, let's hide that. That shouldn't be at this show.
There's stuff in there. No, quick, hide it, quick. Forget about
No one saw that. Delete that from the video.
That is, I'm so ashamed. I genuinely expected.
I actually forgot as well.
I forgot it's got an engine.
G'day and welcome to Steve's Tesla. This is my channel dedicated to electric vehicles and renewable energy. Subscribe now and let's drive.